the wintry weather. Let's get some perspective from a familiar face you might recognize here from the Weather Channel. Meteorologist Eric Fisher joined us tonight. And Eric, let's start with the thought on most people's mind. Are people really sick of the snow, or did they just want to break the record?
It was a little bit of both here, Keith. And nice to be with you again for a little while here. You talk to everyone, and we've gone through so much, and it was such a rough stretch. And there's a lot of excitement around storms, but there's also a lot of issues. There are a lot of financial considerations. Life is disrupted. And so from that perspective, a lot of people were saying, we are done. I don't want to see another flake. But then you think, well, we're 1.9 inches away. What's 2 more inches of snow in mid-March? And so finally we can end talking about it one way or the other.
You know, Eric, one thing that struck me about this blitz of storms is that we didn't have much of a rain-snow line issue in Boston itself. Kind of unusual for nor'easters. What hit you about that pattern that just got you all the way up towards that record?
It was both the cold and the number of storms that were all significant. It seemed like any time, and we always look at these computer models days in advance, you say there's a potential storm 3-4 days from now. And every one of them would hit. Every single time, it would all become a big storm. We had several that produced over 1 foot of snow in Boston. And people think of Boston as a cold and snowy city. It's not that snowy. We average 48 inches of snow in a given winter. To get numerous foot-plus storms in the city of Boston and bigger totals outside was unbelievable. And Keith, I'll never forget, driving around, the last big storm we had in mid-February, the piles of snow looked like a movie set. It looked like nothing you had ever seen before. So much snow that it was kind of beyond fathoming that we could have so much in a short amount of time.
It was amazing. And Eric, one other thing you just talked about late in the week, and you're right, every model run, it seemed like every one of them hit. What are you thinking about this Friday, Saturday? I know no one wants to hear about it yet, but what do you think?
I'm thinking the pitchforks are going to be coming toward our studio if we get another snowstorm. At this point, people are happy with the record, and they're done with it. Right now, kind of looking at some of the ensembles and some of the computer models, I feel like we're going to get some snow. Is it going to be a major event? Probably not at this point, but it's one to watch. Keith, the good news is when you get a storm this time of year, usually that snow doesn't stick around for too long.
Typically. And has this little lull, you're talking about the snow piles, has the lull allowed the city to clean up, so if they get hit with another one, they're in better shape?
Oh, we're in much better shape. You'd be amazed at how quickly the snow disappeared. And we've seen situations in the past where maybe city officials in parts of the country have not handled weather situations the best. I have to say, the mayor of the city of Boston, Marty Walsh, and his crew did a great job. They trucked out all of the snow. They were melting snowfall, trying to open the streets. At this point, there's almost no snow left in the city of Boston. In the suburbs, it's a different story. But the city, a warmer spot, has melted away a lot of it.
That's good news. Eric, one final quick question for you. Cantori has PTO tomorrow, so we're wondering if you can go ahead and come in for 4 a.m. Can you get that done?
4 a.m., those days are over. I'm enjoying my sleep as an evening meteorologist for at least a little while.
All right, thank you, Eric. Good to hear from you as always, and best of luck on the rest of the winter into the spring. All right, Alex, I guess he's not going to cover the shift, so that one might have to be you.
No. We're going to work on it next few days, show you how it'll fare. Tomorrow, we've got more wet weather and even wintry weather back into parts of New England. Boston, 48, rain for you at this point. Northwest also watching some showers sneaking in and into Texas. We're going to see that spreading north and eastbound for Wednesday. So heads up around Little Rock, getting into the Memphis area. And look at the chill down happening in the Northeast now. We've got highs in the